Welcome to Jack and Mary Jane's. We're just a couple of young Carolina pickers sharing our adventures and living for the next great pick.
Lady had posted a dresser for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Room looked junky, looked like she had a lot of things. I'd asked her if she had any other vintage items, records, toys, that sort of thing, and she said, I do.
I guess for if you took a dig and you got an offer on the toolbox.
Okay, let's just carry it inside. I got this, and didn't know what he was. So, Beatles.
Really just looks neat. Folksy. So he's worth $125?
Jolly Green Giant.
His eyes are a little creepy.
Say 77 or 71? 77. This is 71.
Gonna have to hide these from the kids. Did you like the cereal? It wasn't my favorite. How much is he worth?
40 to 50. Little dog.
What do I do? Our kids are gonna want to play. Oh, God. $50 for this terrifying little guy. I had one of those as a kid. Oh, that's pretty. That'd be cute, like in a little baby's nursery on the shelf. Original box.
Pop? I don't know.
It's gonna pop like 30 minutes from now. Okay. That is creepy. Why was that a child's toy? What is it worth?
I think it's worth a decent amount. This one sold, not in the box, and in rough
A
condition.
little different. 46. Oh, did you have one of these?
Sketch-o-matic.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see what it's worth. Not.
It was similar.
30 years old. You didn't have nothing like that.
adorable.
Who's that one about?
Is it missing
Here it is.
handlebars?
Just made in Japan. It is missing handlebars. Dang. So,
Maybe you could put it in a little lot with the rest of these little ones.
this guy.
Gordon's fisherman. That's what he looks like.
Sounds like he's got something. Oh. Got a bunch of little guys in there.
Oh.
Doesn't smell good.
Nice. Some good eyelashes. A crawling baby. I don't know if that's cute or scary. Oh my gosh.
Nice Skippy. But that's not, I don't think that's all.
Awesome. Okay, so roughly 55 records, and if we're being conservative, would you say $10 each?
Yeah, I would say $10 each.
Which some of them are.
There's some $20 albums in there, some 25 maybe.
And then you have roughly 19 toys here.
Coke
20.
thing is probably, I don't know, last one was sold for $90, so we'll be conservative at 75. The Goose thing, I think is probably, I don't know, there wasn't any listed, but I think in the box like that, it's probably close to that as well.
More than 53 cents?
More than 53 cents.
Okay, cool.
Sketch-O-Matic is hardly nothing. Dog thing I think is $40, maybe a little more because it's in the box. The top thing was 30-ish, and then some of the plush there, most of the stuff is $10. The Smack thing I think is maybe a little bit more. Smacks. Some of these random toys, not a whole lot. And then this guy here, I don't know. The last one, the one that's listed right now is $125, but it doesn't have the tag, so I don't know. I don't know.
So what would you say here? You spent how much?
120.
120, and you think, what do we have here? Retail.
I don't know. Retail, maybe. Again, being conservative, maybe $750, $800.
So all these records will go in the booth. You don't want to put any on eBay, right?
No.
But the rest of these toys and things would be best sold on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these will probably be pretty simple to ship because I could probably just bubble wrap them and put them in a poly bag and they're going to be light. Obviously, probably not this one if he's worth a lot more.
Yeah.
And these being in the original boxes, I can easily just put some cardboard around them, bubble wrap, and poly.
Probably want to box them in a box.
Yeah. Probably shrink wrap them, then bubble wrap, then box. But yeah. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good haul for just a little evening getaway. How long did you spend there? An hour? All right. Where are you taking us today?
He sold his house a while ago. Apparently it's a big old house. And he lives on the right wing of the estate, is what his daughter told me.
What does he collect? Or what is he selling?
I don't know. I just know that I'm supposed to yell at him because he's hard of hearing.
Hey, we just got back home and turns out it was a bust. Had a lot of items for sale. He even gave us this great little handwritten list of things he's selling. but nothing that we were really had to have or thought would be a good purchase for the booth or for eBay, except for a handful of records, which we will add to the big tote that we have to drop off at the booth this weekend. It's exciting when a pick turns out to be a honey hole, but they just don't all work out that way. And the only way you're gonna know is if you just go for it. So sometimes it's fun to just take the drive, get out of the house, and see what you see. Hey, I just got a call from John, and he said that there is a lady selling a pedal car for a guy who doesn't have Facebook, but has a lot of other old things like thermometers and old signs. And I mentioned Coke and Cheerwine, and our eyes kind of went big. But the only thing is we got a technician coming to the house right now, and we can't change that. And it's really cold outside. It's getting close to dark / bedtime for the kiddos, so it looks like John might be going on this pick solo. And if so, I'm gonna make sure he takes some pictures or videos if he can for you guys.
Pretty cool auction sign. Let's see if that one's for sale.
$10.5 million in 5 years.
Goodness gracious.
And this took all my savings, my retirement, and all. But I'd go, if I'm gonna lose it, I'd go lose it here, lose it here somewhere.
Here's a look at how the evening pick turned out. Hollywood's Fantastic Stories.
Yeah.
And what's is that a fire truck?
Wheels intact, door handles are broke, but still really good condition.
How much do you think it'll retail for?
I mean, last one sold that was like roached out, sold for $140, I think.
140, and how much did you buy it for?
Well, that one should go for two and a half. And I paid 70 for that one, so I did pay up a little bit.
Move the leather horse. Alrighty. What about that roach fire truck?
It's a Buddy L ladder truck.
Okay.
So you can see the Buddy L. See that? Right there.
Okay.
And then right there it says fire truck.
Yeah. That's his ladder.
Yep.
Okay. What do you think that's worth?
I don't know. I think it's worth a good bit. I haven't found the exact truck listed on eBay. They sell typically
That's a little wire.
for a couple $100.
Ooh. Hey, Papa, what are you doing?
Just went to bed.
You just went to bed? Sorry. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
What are you calling for?
Oh, sorry. I wanted to see if you wanted to take a drive tomorrow.
Where?
Not too far. That's not gonna work.
Does it require a trailer and a truck?
Yeah. We bought a big sign. John's evening pick went so well that we've already sold one of the trucks he listed last night and don't want to leave money on the table, so we loaded up the family and let's see what else we can find. I just spotted this. I'm excited to ask about that. It is so cold, but I'm gonna quickly go through just everything that we purchased, minus the auction sign, and tell you what I'll probably sell it for, so we can get a projected price point on how much we're gonna make. So first up, I'll say this mirror is pretty neat. I mean, it's had some life, right? But if you, oh, you can see the garage behind you. But it's got like a beveled top piece and then a mirror underneath it, and that's called a convex glass. I've seen some this shape, but not this style. So this is a really primitive look. A lot of times you see a mid-century piece that looks like this, or you see the round, maybe you've seen the brass eagle round mirrors. Sometimes that's called a convex glass mirror as well. Other thing we got with those 2 rolling pins. Oh, I would sell that for about $48. Other thing we got was these 2 rolling pins. They are so big. Maybe you can tell if I hold them up beside my face here. They're so big. I think conservatively 20, 25, maybe 30 for this one that's slightly bigger. They say Rowoco, USA, and Thorpe rolling pin, Hamden, Connecticut. So I'll just look those up, but I'm thinking 20-ish a piece right now as it stands. Another one was this mid-century green tray. I just think it's retro and fun, and a lot of times our records in our booth attract a fun, younger group of people, and they might be interested in this. Okay, I always love deer antlers. It's a rustic style, but you see a lot of modern farmhouses using it, and I think it would be cool. So I'm thinking 30 for this one and 45 for this European style mount. Maybe more, maybe less. Another thing, if you sell these, technically you're not supposed to, so just say like deer decor. Don't say selling antlers, like don't be so obvious. This is a huge watering can. I always sell watering cans really well in the booth around springtime, so I just grabbed it. Galvanized metal is always in style, and so probably 35 for that. And then this stool is really like sturdy and cute, and it needs cleaned up a little bit, but I think it'll be perfect to sell in the booth. And I'm gonna say 30 on this once it's cleaned up. It's already chippy white, everyone loves that. What else? Oh, last thing I don't really know anything about. So this looks like and feels like real animal fur. However, you know, a little wolf is not the size, even a cub, and a cub wouldn't hold a teeny tiny cub in its mouth. So our best guess here is that someone had a sample kit, used real animal fur, and covered it to look like a miniature version of a wolf taxidermy. With that being said, I called a couple places nearby, and they said to the right collector it might be super valuable. I'm gonna guess around 60 bucks for the sake of this, and just to be conservative. We'll put it on eBay and see where it goes. And you know, if someone wants to pay $100 for it, that's extra money in our pocket. So I'm thinking, so when I was shooting that video in the garage, I remembered that there's a couple things missing, and it's these thermometers I found in John's man cave. I don't know why they're in here. They're eBay items. They are listed for $60 a piece on our eBay store already. So if you count those, say they sell for $60 a piece, plus the price points I shared in the garage, which I think I'm being really conservative on the rolling pins, but I'll have to research them. And that would be a total sales of about $426. So we'll see what things go for in the next few weeks, but that gives you a price point of basically what we spent versus what we'll make. Thanks so much for following along on our first YouTube video. This was fun walking you through the picks we had this week, and I think we made some pretty good buys. We'll see as time goes on, because usually items don't sell the same week we buy them. It usually takes a week or two. So what I'm going to show you now is just what I do at the end of the week. Friday and Saturdays, I try to take a break from shipping out packages. One, it's family time, and two, we might be gone on a pick somewhere. So I try not to ship out. I will wait till Sunday night. And so this is what my Sunday night looks like. My desk is full. I have 10 items to ship out. I'm gonna walk you through what we paid for it and what it sold for. So here prior to this, we went to a farmhouse that was downsizing. The elderly couple had passed away, and the family was really trying to get the property ready for sale. So they invited us before the estate sale, and we found some cool items. Initially, we just thought this was cool. Our daughter picked out a purple one to put on her bed, but we did some research when we got home, and this Chanel bedspread is mid-century, and I'm slipping dust everywhere. And it retails for anywhere from $125 to $175, and ours sold for $175, so that's awesome. We have a purple one to list next, and we spent $120 on that pick. We ended up keeping a lot of items for our own collection. One, my husband kept the Buddy L fire truck. retails around $300, I think. A primitive bench that I'm going to use in the house. He kept the Lance jar, a couple local bottles, and an 8-track player. So we more than made our money back on that trip, but we got to keep a lot of goodies for ourselves too, so that's cool. Next thing I'm going to show you is some vintage toys that have sold. We recently learned a valuable lesson on vintage toys, and that there are toys that are original and there's toys that are reissued. We trusted the seller to tell us the truth, and it turns out one of the items that was going to be the big ticket, an Optimus Prime, was a repop, and so instead of being worth, what was it, around $500, they've sold from $400 to $600. It's actually worth like not a lot, $30 or so. So anyways, that was a disappointment, but we're still gonna make about $150 on that pick. We spent $300 on vintage toys. These two sold, this one for $60, this one for $18, and then we've got a lot of vintage toys that are about to sell. They've got bids on them, and I think they end tomorrow. And that's these Ninja Turtles. That was one of my favorite shows. I don't know who this is, but that one's about to sell. This is an older pick. We've been slowly just listing these items. We've sold a ton of cap guns. This is a cap gun holster that just recently sold. Let's see, what did this one sell for? $30 plus shipping. And we spent $350 at this particular pick where we got this cap gun holster. And I want to say we sold about $650 in cap guns alone. And then we've also made money on a Lone Ranger poster, some military Vietnam clothing, and a few other things. But we've made about $1,200 on that particular pick where the cap gun holster, where we got that. So that's well paid for itself, and that's been a couple months. So it takes a little time to really see picks completely clean out of your garage or wherever you're keeping them and turn into money, but that one's been very good for us. Everything we've listed sold really well from that pick. Another old pick that we went on was getting a bunch of gaming systems and games, and right when the pandemic hit, we were blowing up selling Xbox games, PlayStation games, just 24/7. But this one, just shipped one actually to Germany for a military guy, which was pretty cool. It was a green one, but this one just recently sold, and it sold for $80. It comes with okay, we're halfway through. So this item is from the pick we went on this week with the auction sign. We spent $300 there, and this sold for $50. All right, I have a few more things to show you. So last week we went to see a Kiss collector, and he had totes and totes of Kiss stuff. We really weren't interested in buying all of it, so we bought a few things. We spent $40 with him, and we bought some posters and actually some random license plates as well. So this black light velvet Kiss poster sold for $102. This one, Gene Simmons, sold for $20, and the Ace Frehley sold for $41. We also sold a license plate from that same guy for $60. We have one more of these listed on our eBay store right now, and we're listing more posters if you are interested in some Kiss posters. Hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you learned something or enjoyed the journey, but either way, please click subscribe and leave us a comment. We appreciate it.